Welcome to the NWC Soccer Complex on this beautiful evening here in Orange City for this G-Pack matchup between the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers and your Northwestern Red Raiders. Dakota Wesleyan comes into this game 4-4-1, 0-3-1 in G-Pack play. And then your Red Raiders 3-1-1 in G-Pack play. Starters tonight for Dakota Wesleyan in goal, number 1, Hunter Barozzi. Starting at forward, number 2, Vincent Wagner. Defender, number 4, Colin Berkey. Midfielder, number 6, Garrett Hanna. Number 7, Cesar Cornejo. Forward, number 10, Cesar Requena. A midfielder, number 12, Jonathan Mosqueda. Defender, number 15, Tristan Hendricks. Midfielder, number 17, Vladislav Burkov. Forward, number 21, Michael Kelly. And midfielder, number 28, Colton Douglas. The Tigers are coached by Nicholas Reinhardt, assisted by John Hikari and Gavin Hanna. Now your starters for the Red Raiders this evening. In goal, senior from Valencia, Spain, Pablo Espas. Senior defender from Orange City, Iowa, Adam DeBoer. Junior midfielder from Bismarck, North Dakota, number 4, Nico Helderop. Senior midfielder from Chioggia, Italy, number 6, Marco Alessio. Junior forward from the Netherlands, number 7, Stan Vandenbeld. Senior defender from Jena, Germany, number 8, Johannes van Saldern. A freshman forward from Falkenese, Germany, number 17, Bongkam Kumla. A senior forward from Hull, Iowa, number 19, Kobe Bakam. A junior forward from Valencia, Spain, number 20, Alejandro Ruiz Garcia. A junior midfielder from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 21, Riley Arbo. And a senior defender from Siegen, Germany, number 24, Marcel Langert. Raiders are coached by Dan Swear in his 16th year here in Orange City for the Red Raiders. So the Tigers tonight looking for their first G-Pack win this 2023 season. Nicholas Reinhardt in his second season here for the Tigers. Last meeting between these two teams was just a year ago and one day short of a year ago. And the Northwestern Red Raiders took that one 3-0. Overall record between these two teams, Northwestern leads 12-6. Couple stat comparisons tonight between these two teams. Northwestern coming into this game with just under a 3.5 1.5 goal per game average. They'll hope to keep that alive here tonight. Put some away on the Tigers, who give up just over a goal a game. Tigers is a lot lower, 1.38 goals a game compared to Northwestern giving up 1.09. Couple notable players out tonight for the Red Raiders. Defender number 3, Luke Roloffs. Him and midfielder Tim Kaltenberger both suffered pulled hamstrings this week in practice, so they will not be out tonight. But Swear says no problem. We got guys who can step up. So the Tigers with possession first here this evening as the first half is underway here in Orange City. Tigers opt to play it around the back. By Rosie basically playing as a defender back there, all the way up on that back line. Hope they don't give up anything stupid and let a shot off here. Just passing back there between by Rosie and Berkey. Now they look to push. Douglas makes a man miss, finds Kelly on the run, who has Langert on his tail. Seems to get around him, but dribbles it right over the touchline. That's going to be goal kick Red Raiders. Kelly seemed to have something going there for him for a second, but Langert took the angle and cut him off. So Raiders' turn to play it out of the back now. DeBoer to Langert. Com's got some room ahead of him with Kelly on his back. He looks for the through ball for Arbo. Unable to get it, but held her up there. Alessio out of bounds off the foot of Berkioff. That's going to be throwing Raiders. So Bakam to Kumla. Langert's going to say, let's play this safe back to Espas. We'll swing it all the way over to DeBoer. Ball bounces around a couple times in the middle. Garcia goes all the way back to Langert. Bakam with a heavy touch. That's a nice tackle there by Douglas. Held her up, gets taken out from behind. No call. Kelly for the Tigers. Douglas looking to beat Langert again, unable to do so. So Espas is just going to send it up to Helderop, who takes a nice touch. Almost surprises himself with the fact that it just sat on his foot. Arbo up to Vandenbeld, to Garcia, who's got 4 on him. Arbo over to Kumla. He's got Vandenbeld in front of him, who comes back on sides. Kumla sidesteps a couple. Keeps the ball. He finds Von Saldern with 2 on him. Now the Raiders are going to get the call. So free kick for the Raiders here, about 25, 30 yards out. Top right corner of the box. We'll get clock stoppage. Something wrong with the ball there. We'll take our time. Walk off 10 paces. And it looks like Alessio and Vandevelde on top of this one. Ball in, bounces through, no one gets a touch. So goal kick to the Tigers. By Rosie opts to play short here to Wagner. I'm sorry, to Berkey. Hendricks will find Hannah. We'll end up pulling it back. Yeah, by Rosie really playing high up here. That's what you need to do sometimes when you play 3, even 2 at the back. So ball swung in. No problem there for Langer. Mosqueda looks in. No problem for Espas. He'll opt to put it at his feet. If you're tuning in tonight to this game and you want a shout out, send a text to myself, 920-287-5024. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and we'll shout you out. Again, that's 920-287-5024. DeBoer unable to get anything big on this, so the Tigers will take it back. Tapping around in the middle. Down goes Espas, no problem for the Raiders. Red Raider Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Premier Communications, the Van Englenhoven Insurance Agency, Kapetsky Ace Hardware, Diamond Vogel Paint, Iowa State Bank, Pepsi of Siouxland, Northwestern Bank, Orange City Health System, American State Bank, C&H Body Shop, Connected Electric, Scooters of Orange City, and People's Bank. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. So the Raiders looked to play one forward there, but Vandevelde caught offsides. So we'll have indirect free kick from the Tigers. They won't go far with that one. Really is a nice night. It's finally starting to cool off here. Whether that's good or bad, that's just what it is this week. We had 90s to start the week. We'll end the week in the 50s, so that would be the bipolar climate of Northwest Iowa. First shout out comes from our SID Steve. Says, do I get a shout out for my goalkeeping abilities? If you haven't checked out the video, Steve Does Sports tried to take on the men's soccer team in a little PK shootout. Let's just say he got put in his place. The reactions were a little too slow, and he took one off the dome, but he's a champ for stepping in there. Steve Does Sports taking on all the fall sports so far. Tried to catch some football punts, PK shootout with the girls' soccer team, hopped in with the volleyball team. Something to keep him busy. Game notes can get boring after a while. So the Tigers just playing it around, trying to keep possession, keep it away from the Raiders, specifically that number 7 up there, Stan Vandevelde. He has top goals on the team right now with 8 so far this season. So we're just playing it around the back. It'll go out of bounds. Raider throw in. Von Soldern to take this one. He'll find Helderop in the middle. Vanderbilt back to Helderop. Helderop looking forward there for Kumla, but Kumla recognized he was off and out of position, so nothing comes of it. Here come the Tigers looking for a through ball. Fans going crazy as Mosqueda's after it, but he's nowhere near, so Spouse will gather it and play it short to DeBoer. Garcia to Von Soldern, who puts it over the top. And now he's racing down the field. Knee, chest, header. In the middle to Kumla. Kumla takes it, but a whiff. Swing and a miss in front of the goal by Kumla. He will be beating himself up for that one. Defender slid, but didn't get a touch, and Kumla went with the left foot. Strike one. So the Tigers dodge a bullet there as they'll regain possession and work it out of the back. Garcia on that one. I mean, yeah, you can't sprint after someone and shove them from behind. It's going to be a foul all day long. So free kick here for the Tigers. So other games going on around the G-Pack tonight. Mount Marty is at Dort, about 15 minutes away. That kickoff was 5 p.m. also. Morningside traveled to Concordia tonight. They have a 5:30 kickoff, as well as Midland at Hastings 5:30 kickoff. We'll check in on those scores here as the game progresses. Current G-Pack standings. Northwestern sits 4th. Briarcliff 1, Concordia 2, Morningside 3, Northwestern 4. And Dakota Wesleyan is second to last. It's a long ways down. I didn't even feel like counting them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 12 are the Tigers. Doesn't help when you can't win in the G-Pack. So throw in Tigers. Langert steps through him, makes the header. Pitch looks a little slippery out there today. Had a big thunderstorm last night. Definitely didn't dry out today. So Helder up now. He'll look wide for Von Soldern. Just a hospital ball, doesn't put enough on it. Every time Mosqueda touches the ball or goes after it, he's getting screams. Either he's a fan favorite or something. Lesio to DeBoer. Here come the Tigers, but great play there by Espas. Mosqueda, chance to take a shot over Espas, but Espas retreats quickly. Mosqueda absolutely soars everybody and everything. No cheers from the fans that time. Goal kick Raiders. We'll go short again. So Bacam on it now in the corner with 1 to beat. Almost makes it past him. Gets it poked away, but throwing Raiders down in their offensive third corner. So Bacam with it. For a long, beautiful throw into the box. Everybody's swinging at it, heading it. Eventually cleared out right to DeBoer. Now the Raiders will work back up the attack again. So Mosqueda on it, but Arbo opts to go all the way back. Boswick's all the way back again. If Kumla's on, that's a gorgeous ball. He hesitated. I'm not sure why. He must have thought he was off. He'll feed it in to Vandenbeld, who takes a bad touch. But now Bacam, top of the box, could rip one. Opts to go Helder up. Helder up takes too long to shoot. Now the Tigers will clear it out again. Got to be a foul there. Yep, all day, every day. So free kick for the Raiders. Say 30 yards out, 35. So Van Saldern wins this one. This will be a direct. 10 yards. Ref says wait for the whistle. There it is. So Vandenbeld and Alessio on top of it again. Alessio this time. He keeps this one lower, tries to feed it in. Cleared out by the Tigers, back to the Raiders. Sposs looking for another long ball, another gorgeous ball. This one to Vandenbeld. Missed touch, but gets lucky. It hits off the defender. That's going to be over the touchline corner kick for the Raiders. I'm going to guess it's Alessio. No, Garcia out there to take this one. Hands up, ball's in. This one just soars it. Bacam trying to do all he can, but it's just too high, too far. So goal kick for the Tigers. They'll play it short and keep the possession. They'll go long for Mosqueda, who almost gets there. Little miscommunication, but Van Saldern will go over the touchline. Corner kick for the Tigers now. Two arms up. Ball's in. This one way over the back also. Wind must be pumping that way. So Garcia goes to clear. Kumla slips but keeps it. Splits two but gets it taken away and gets the foul called on him. So free kick for the Tigers as they all push up. Ball's in by Douglas, not a really good ball, but they make something of it. Oh, Raiders get really lucky and dodge a bullet on that one. It was just a missed touch there by Ricania. Otherwise, he had a wide open strike on the goal. So Vandenbeld now opts to play it wide, a little too wide, doesn't quite hit Van Saldern in stride. But he'll get there, take a touch, get past his man, little hezzy, get pushed out of the way, no call. Throw in Raiders. Sun's glaring. Can't see who's got it over there. I'm going to guess. Yeah, Bakam's going to come over, try the long throw and into the box. Such a weapon when you can do that. It's essentially a set piece you can make off a throw-in. Into the box, flicked on. Oh, Von Salden with a chance to rip one, but doesn't do so. So Tigers now looking up for Mosqueda. Taken away by DeBoer. Oh, we got a shout out from the Tigers. From Jonathan Mosqueda's parents. I'm going to guess. Says, we love you. That's a first shout out from the opposing team. So sub at the line here for the Tigers. He won't be able to come in yet, as we have a free kick from beyond midfield here. Ball sent up in the box. Over everybody. Get to head to it. Spas will be there. He'll look to find Vandenbeld on the run. He'll be working on Wagner. Kumla now on Wagner. Wagner with a nice tackle. Got to be a foot too high, yep. Dangerous play. Bakam draws that one. Vandenbeld wide open, middle of the field. Over to Von Saldern, who has Mosqueda streaming in on him. So back to Garcia. Von Saldern with a shot now off the back of Wagner. Von Saldern wins it back again. Another rip. Great save there by Rosie. That one's going to be corner kick for the Raiders as Stan Vandenbeld heads out to take this one. Red Raider Stan Vandenbeld is an accounting major. Did you know that Northwestern's accounting students consistently achieve top CPA pass rates? Raiders stand out. Vandenbeld in, off the head of DeBoer. He's going to say it deflected, but it did not. Goal kick for the Tigers as freshman Lewis Cunningham in the game here for the Tigers. Subbing on for Colton Douglas, who seems to be all over the field so far this game. In the back, in the front, on the right, on the left. He put in a good shift. So once again, the Tigers work it out from the back. Mosqueda working again. He gets that one poked away by Garcia. Vandenbeld now working on two. Mosqueda hustles back. By Rosie. Hendricks finds Kelly. Little miss kick there. Headed right back to him by Alessio. Field was in really good shape, but I'm going to guess it's going to be torn quite a bit after tonight. So as the Tigers fiddle with it in the back. There they look forward. Flicked on by Cornejo. Up to Cunningham. Working on Bakam. That one's going to go over the touchline. Corner kick, Tigers. So just over 20 to go. Nothing crazy so far in this game. Just one shot from the Raiders. Otherwise, just one possession to the other possession. Hannah out to take this one. He decides to play it short. Back to him. Cunningham feeds it in. Vandenbeld with a couple on his back. Oh, great chest there by Ruiz. Arbo looks long over the top to Garcia. Ref's going to pull it back and say advantage. So at the time, there was no advantage until there was. So free kick for the Raiders right at midfield. Garcia trying to do something fancy, gets it taken away. So Burkhoff working. Wagner gets taken out. There's the whistle. Free kick in the back for the Tigers. No surprise there, they'll play it short. Orange City Area Health System is your partner for safe, skilled, and essential services. From family medicine to behavioral health, sports medicine to therapy and rehab, surgery to senior care. They offer the right care in the right place at the right time at Orange City Area Health System. Throw in Raiders. Bacam with it. Looks over the top. Gets over the top of one. Arbo working down the byline. Hendricks now wide to Cunningham. Takes a nice touch pass Bacam. Arbo working back, not there in time. So Burkhoff over the top to Mosqueda. Makes a couple moves, sends it in, but Espas is there, says, I'll take that. Please and thank you. A little pressure here from the Raiders as the Tigers work it out their back. All the way back to Espas for the Raiders. Another sub on the line for the Tigers. A little miscue there from Arbo. He'll give it up as Burkhoff streaming downfield. Makes one miss. Tries to feed it in when all he had to do was take a shot. It was him on Espas. Wide open goal. Got to be something there. Nothing. Raiders win it back. Kumla with a nice touch over the top. Vandenbeld, Kumla. Tigers will win it. And go all the way back. No surprise. So the Raiders working, but Rosie able to get back in time. So Mosqueda. Burkhoff. So foul on the Raiders. Kind of a dangerous spot here. Burkhoff standing over it. Oh, I'd say 30 yards, just under 30 yards out. Burkhoff, the only one on top of this one. Ref walks him back. Four-man wall for the Raiders. Spas directing. Burkhoff rips the shot. Spas bobbles it, but dives back on top. No issue. Great save there. So Bacam hurries himself. Vandenbeld now working on Cunningham. Kumla sprinting back by Rosie. Raiders win back possession. Vandenbeld to Alessio. Alessio to Garcia. Garcia cuts back in, rips a shot with the left foot. Deflects off the back of the Tigers. Alessio takes it away. Tough ball there for Vandenbeld to control. Back to the Tigers. And right back to Alessio. There's the foul. That one's going to be on Michael Kelly. So another free kick for the Raiders. So Langert on this one. Subs still at the line for both teams. So any throw or goal kick, we'll get those in. Langert, not really what he was looking for. Too far out to really make anything of it. So here we have the subs. 2 on for the Tigers. That's going to be Anthony Acosta and Francis Dolce. In for Cornejo and Kelly. And on for the Raiders, looks to be playing up top. Normally a defenseman, but J.C. McFadden. He's in the game for Kumla. So a fresh set of legs on for the Raiders here. Hopefully they can make the most of it. Just over 13 to go. Looking for some sort of lead and momentum going into halftime. Tigers, as usual, playing it slow out of the back. Just playing around with it. Raider fans, help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletic Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 545 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. That is nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. Sub on for the Raiders. That's going to be Luis Sanchez, freshman defender, on for Bacam. Bacam with a good shift, just over 30 minutes. He'll take a rest. Expect to see him right back out in the second half. Sanchez will try to make a difference here in the last third of this first half. The skate streaming through everyone, seems to dive. Yeah, they're not going to call that one. So the Raiders now with some sort of counter, just wasted by Garcia. almost had Vandenbeld up there again. Not only is Vandenbeld the goal leader on the team, he's also in a tie for 5th in program history with 14 career assists. He's helping out all over the place. Not top on the team. Roloff's top on the team with 6 assists this season so far. So Heldrop working in the middle. Ball kind of gets clipped up, headed by Burkhoff. DeBoer steps in to Helderop, who gives it away again. Helderop. Here we go. Arbo to Vandenbeld. Vandenbeld. Goal for the Raiders. Just how they drew it up. So there it is with just over 10 to play here in this first half. Assist Riley Arbo. Gorgeous through ball, splits the defenders, and Vandenbeld with a simple tap in to go up 1-0 here in Orange City. Vamos a la playa. Got to be the best goal celebration song that there is. So another quick sub in there during that celebration. Sophomore Menka Mary in for Helderop. Raiders are right off to attack again. Arbo now. He's got McFadden on the other side of the box. He'll play it across. McFadden with a touch. Sitting around. McFadden dribbling away from the box. Finds Mary. Mary immediately makes an impact for the Raiders, and that's another one. Tally it on 2-0 for the Raiders. Shouldn't question McFadden there. Ball in by Arbo. Bounces around. McFadden gets control of it. Drops it top of the box, and Mary with the rocket to the bottom left corner. 2-0 Raiders. 22 seconds, and they tally on another one. That's going to up the goal against average on the Tigers this season. Tigers now trying to do something as they work it forward. Mosqueda moves to the right side. He rips a shot. It's a good shot, just a little wide, but Espas gets a hand to it, so that's going to be corner kick for the Tigers. That's what you call stepping in and making an impact immediately by Mary. Immediately. So Hannah out to take this corner kick for the Tigers. Ball's in. Looking far post. DeBoer's there. The head. Garcia clearing it up. Raiders ask for something. Just a throw in. That's all they'll get. Von Saldern to throw this one in. Looking for Garcia. Takes the missed touch, but falls to the foot of McFadden. McFadden with some space in front of him just trips over the ball. Yeah, it looks slippery out there. Sloppy. DeBoer turns it over. Cunningham looking for Mosqueda, streaming far post. Bad touch by Langert. Now the Raiders have something here. Dolce working on DeBoer, cuts it in, rips a shot. Blocked by DeBoer. Langert taken away there. So Von Saldern's going to find Garcia. The Raiders have numbers here, 5-on-4. So Garcia looks outside. Sent in. McFadden waiting far post. Another shot by Mary, rips it. This one just over the bar. That would have been crazy. So Langert with the ball in, just not enough to get it all the way to McFadden. Mary shot over, so goal kick, Tigers, and they'll do the same thing they've been doing, slow play out of the back. Hendricks now. Langert gets low and makes a touch. McFadden turns it right back over. Burkhoff chasing it down in the corner, working on Langert. Sends an early one in. Nice header there by Dolce, but right to a Spas. So Mary to Sanchez. That one's going to be off the foot there of Mosqueda, so throw in Raiders. 6:15 to go here in the first half. Raiders up 2-0. Up 5-3 on shots as well. They'll work it out of the back. McFadden with a nice turn. Finds Vandenbeld, who has Garcia stream into the corner, but just undershoots him. Great tackle there by McFadden. Mosqueda can't do anything about that. Throw in Tigers. Good little ticky-taka there from the Tigers. Switch the field. Cunningham with the turn on Von Saldern, but Von Saldern just gains position on him. No problem there for the boys as they take that one away. Back to a Spas. He'll just clear it out. So throw in Tigers. Mary to Langert. Langert to a Spas. Spas looking for McFadden, overshoots him a little bit. Hendricks up with the savings account that he drops it back here. Oh, he can't. First time all game he's looked forward. Yep. You just can't push from behind. So that foul's there on Dolce. You can gain position, but you can't gain position through someone. Langert unsure where to go. He looks long. Over the head of Hendricks. Poor touch by Garcia, but it works out. Finds McFadden. McFadden a couple touches. Trips again on the ball. His foot's just stuck to the ball tonight. You'd think it wouldn't be a problem in this game, but it is when you're tripping over it. So Hendricks looking for Dolce. Too much. The ball goes back to a Spas. Chicho in the middle. Takes a touch pass one. Undershoots him. McFadden just flattens Mosqueda there. Gives him the handshake, but they're all good. So Hannah to step up to take this one. Hannah sends it in. It's a good ball towards the far post. Spas gets up to make a play. Gets really lucky there as Dolce just misses a wide open net. You step up to go get that one, you got to come down with it. Spas dodges a bullet. So 2:45 left here in the first half. Check in on this Dort soccer game. They're hosting Mount Marty tonight at home. 15 minutes down the road. Kickoff was also at 5. 2 minutes left in that game. Dort's up 1-0. Raiders looking for something. That's got to be a shove from behind, but nope. Ball bouncing around between everybody. Eventually, Hannah just clears it out. Yep, that's out. So throw in Raiders with 1.5 minutes left. Sanchez with this one. Getting a little handsy up there between Hendricks and Vandenbeld, but throwing again for the Raiders. Ugh! Garcia puts him on his rear end. Vandenbeld working down the line. No one in front of him, feeds it in. But not a problem there for Byrosi as he'll drop on it. I'm going to guess they're going to call the studs up there from Sanchez in on Mosqueda there. Yep, that one's off, and he knew it. So Vandenbeld offsides, 25 seconds to go. So Mary now, no one in front of him. He'll find Von Saldern. Can the Raiders get something here in the last 10 seconds? Shot deflected. Von Saldern again. 2-1. That's going to do it here from the first half from Orange City, Iowa. Your Red Raiders up 2-0 on the Tigers from Dakota Wesleyan. We will be back in 15 minutes for the second half of this GPAC soccer play. Welcome back to the Northwestern Soccer Complex here in Orange City, Iowa, for the second half between the Tigers from Dakota Wesleyan and your Northwestern Red Raiders. Took a little bit to get going for the Raiders first half, but once they did, 22 seconds apart, 2 goals. And that's where the score stands currently, 2-0 to the Raiders. First half starters are back out for both of these teams. Both made a couple changes in the first half, but they're back to the starting 11 we had 45 minutes ago. Tigers off to a quick start. Shot there. Great save by Espas. Essentially a one-on-one far post. He's able to get his hands there in time. So corner kick. So they're actually going to place the corner on the other side. Looks like Hannah out there, who's been out taking every corner kick for the Tigers thus far. Arms go up. Ball comes in. Hendricks tried to get a touch to it, but Arbo heads it away. So the one change actually for the Raiders is Gerard Uwami looks to be starting second half over Gonzalez. So throwing Tigers. Langer just never going to let that ball get through. Ball's in. It's a good throw in there, but Tigers unable to get a foot to it before Espas is there. Looks to go long, but hits it. Pops it up. Kumla now. Up over his head, looking for Uwami. But Wagner's there and puts it back to by Rosie. Berkey looking long for Burkhoff. Keeps it in play and gives up. So goal kick for the Raiders. So still 1-0 in the Dort Mount Marty game happening in Sioux Center tonight. A couple other games we'll check up on. Morningside is at Concordia and Midland at Hastings. Both those games kicked off 5:30, so a little later than us. But it's a couple of the top dogs in the G-Pack right now, as we mentioned in the first half. Standings currently go Briarcliff, Concordia, Morningside, Northwestern. Spas gets a hold of this one. Bacam steps up. Helder up now. Makes a nice tackle. Working there with Vandenbeld. Back to Helder up. Great ball to Arbo in the middle. Raiders have numbers, but a poor touch. Dak West is able to get back. So Uwami gets it taken away. Arbo wins it back. Wants a foul. Give it to him. There it is. It was better off. He gives the ball up and gains that advantage and try and keep the ball on that one. Direct free kick here for the Raiders. 25 out. So by Rosie on his near post, sorting out his wall, directing him while the ref steps 10 off. Once again, Vandenbeld and Chicho on top of this one. Still discussing who's going to take it. The whistle's gone. It's all on them. Alessio takes a rip, looks near post. One hopper, but by Rosie's able to handle it. So as they've done all night, the Tigers will play it short and work up from there. Hasn't been too successful considering they still got a goose egg on the scoreboard. Burkhoff cuts inside, takes a shot. Another great save by Espas. Throw in Becom. Kumla able to keep it in. Arbo with a nice touch. Kumla saves it for the Raiders again. Oh, gotta be something. Nothing. Throwing for the Tigers. Wagner with this one. I'd put a lot of money he goes on back. Yep. Perky will keep it short. The Tigers will swing and work from there. Unless the Raiders take it away. And they'll send it back to Espas. Sends a rocket straight ahead. Doesn't find his target. Gotta be one. There it is. So foul there on Stani Venas. Couple stats from the first half. Shots are even, 8 apiece. On goal, 7 apiece. Raiders only 2 corners, Tigers 4. Wagner to Burkhoff. With Kumla in front of him. Somehow manages to get it through. Near post shot there by Mosqueda, but it's too wide. Misses his mark, so goal kick for the Raiders. Once again, this half, Red Raider Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors. The City of Orange City, Demco Manufacturing, Orange City Health System, Pizza Ranch, Trans-OVA Genetics, Sekisui Aerospace, Mulder Auto Tire and Repair, Hampton Inn Orange City, Fairway, Subway Orange City, Joyner and Zwart Dentistry, Vanderberg Furniture, Joe's TV and Appliance. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. Big cluster of bodies there in the middle of the field to clear out a little bit, but Burkhoff working on DeBoer up top. Takes a nice touch, but DeBoer retreats. Keeps it safe. He's working on Cornejo in the corner, who sends a great ball into Mosqueda. Burkhoff tries the glory volley. Got to be a foul, but wasn't too anything crazy, so no problem for Espas. So with 9 minutes left in the first half of the Concordia Morningside game, score still 0-0. It's a battle between 1 and 3 in the GPAC. And Midland versus Hastings. Hastings up 1-0 currently on the Warriors. Door game still 1-0. Great flick there by Cornejo, but Espas read it. He'll throw it out to Vandenbeld, who's got Venice on his back. So space here for Kumla. Finds the 5-hole of Wagner. And there's the foul. A little late, but he saw advantage, then there wasn't. So dangerous free kick position for the Raiders. Nope, they're going to call simulation. Indirect for the Tigers from their own defensive third. Gotta be a foul there, yeah. Vandenbeld with his arm all over him. Sun's setting, can hardly see that side of the field. So Henna on top of this one, near midfield, but he's got plenty to get it into the box if he wants. Arm up. Ball in. Looking kind of far post. Mosqueda. Bodies flying. Shots flying. Another wide shot by Mosqueda. So Dolce, Mosqueda, Burkhoff all with shots there, but none of them successful. And the Tigers come up empty-handed. A couple great set pieces from Henna from distance tonight. Sloppy there from the Raiders, give it up. Great tackle by Von Saldern. Finds Uwami. I was out on the field at halftime, and it is slick, so I can credit some of the mistakes to that. Good touch there by Arbo, gives it away. Raiders with numbers. 4 to Uwami. Raiders bench disagrees, but AR is going to call offsides. And the Tigers will try and play it quick and counter, but the Raiders just have too many men back for that to be successful. So Mosqueda looks for a shot. Great save by Espas. That ball looked locked in on that top corner, but it doesn't really matter because Dolce was offsides to begin the whole thing. So free kick all the way back for the Raiders. Worse than a goal kick, it's farther back. Spa sends it up. Oh! You would have thought he was flicking it for the Raiders. Arbo with it. Great touch. Drops to Von Saldern, who's got some space. He'll opt to go all the way back to DeBoer. Great D by DeBoer. Off the foot of Burkhoff last. Throw in for Von Saldern here. I mentioned in the first half, but if you're tuned in and want a shout out, send a text to 920-287-5024. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out here. Only 2 so far. We had SID Steve And we had some Dakota Wesleyan fans arguing this one. There wasn't much to argue. Those studs were up. There it is. Give him the yellow. So that one will go in the book for Henna. Yellow card for him. We'll take a minute to collect. Ref will write it down. So free kick for the Raiders. Taken away. Mosquito showing his speed, working down that left side on Von Saldern. He's dribbling himself into no space, though. You think you take that angle towards the goal, rather he takes it away, but gets lucky with the ball off the foot of Von Saldern. And Henna will head out to the corner to take the corner kick for the Tigers. So the Tigers have all their guys but one on top of the box. Scatter out. Spas gets up, punches it out. Von Saldern clears it. Uwami with one on his back. Von Saldern forward to Vandenbeld. Just too much. Arbo. Back to Burkhoff. Now they'll feed Hanna to the corner. He's got to pull it back, send it in with his right foot. Looking for a flick. Unable to really get one. Shot there by Cornejo, and another great near post bottom corner saved by Espas. So the Tigers up to 13 shots to Northwestern's 9 now. They're just piling them on here in the second half. But Pablo and the Raider D holding up. Another test here for them as we have I'm going to guess it's direct. 40 yards out. 35 out. Burkhoff's on top of this one. Little chip up in there. Looking for Cornejo. Can't find him. Von Saldern will send it out for a corner. Looked like he could have gotten something out of that, but just plays it safe, gets rid of it. Subs piling up on the line here for the Raiders. So corner kick again for Hanna. This one far post, but no problem for Espas. Look long, good ball up to Uwami. Uwami, if he gets a touch there, he's got a one-on-one. It's good D. D from Rogers. Oh, we've got another shout out. This one says North Dakota's cheering on the Raiders. I'm going to guess it's who I think it is. Some relation to Nico Hellerup, the only man from up yonder on the team. So subs in for the Raiders. Garcia back on, McFadden back on, and Kay Thomas on, freshman defender from London, England. Uwami, DeBoer, and Vandenbeld off. 3 men I would not have expected to be off first, but DeBoer seems to be having some issues with his leg. He took a tough shot a week ago here in a collision. Try and keep him healthy rather than push it. So no problem there for the Raiders. Go back to Espas, who has time to boot it out. Wagner takes a touch. Great D there by Kumla to give the Raiders a throw in. Soldern to throw it in. Looking down the line for Helderop. Kumla gets thrown to the ground, but no call. Helderop takes a nice touch. Garcia trying to play one up over to McFadden. He gets over the head. McFadden with a one-on-one chance. Just takes a poor touch and wins a pen for the Raiders. Crazy. I did not see that pen, but McFadden sold it. So penalty kick for the Raiders here. Helderop with the nice touch. Ball over the top by Garcia. Just sneaks it over Kelly's head right to the feet of McFadden, who gets taken out from behind. So Chicho steps up to take this one for the Raiders. Ref reminds the keeper here of the rules. Chicho steps up. Off the bar. The AR raised the flag, which means the keeper jumped early. Either the keeper jumped early or someone on the line jumped early. Well, you get a one-on-one chance. You cannot be soaring it like that. So the score stays 2-0. Oh, bad stab there by Garcia. Cornejo over the top to Burkhoff. With Von Soldern chasing him down. Von Soldern will shut that attack down. Throw in for Burkhoff. Now Dolce feeds it in, but too easy for Espas. Back to Espas. Regain some possession, unless you just give it away. Langer clears it out for the Raiders. Hanna now with Chicho on his back. Berkey sends one over to the left to Mosqueda. Sends it in. No problem for Langer. Garcia touches it past his defender. What are we doing? Just send it up the side. Wagner head to Hanna. Burkhoff trying something too fancy and just unsuccessful. So McFadden with a touch forward. Ball's just bouncing around, and they'll send it back to by Rosie. Sun's getting low enough you can't even see half the field. So outside shot from Cornejo, not a problem for Espas. So they're going to call that one on Kumla. Came in a little out of control there. I was just about to comment. We've had no one really significantly injured. So everyone's up, everyone's fine. No need for the trainers. But regardless, Orange City Area Health System is your partner for safe, skilled, and essential services, from family medicine to behavioral health, sports medicine to therapy and rehab, surgery to senior care. They offer the right care in the right place at the right time. at Orange City Area Health System. So ball in there from Cornejo, but yeah. Easiest call refs made all night. Frustration maybe building up for Tigers. Hoping to come into this trap and take it over. Not going to happen. Arbo looking long for Garcia, but mistouch. Oh, 2 blue heads. Bonk. Time stop clock. Now we might need Kayla. That one was tough. 2 Tigers going at it. Heads bonked. Oh, everyone's up. There's Hannah that was down, but he's up now. A couple guys got some water. Raiders playing it around Thomas here. Looks wide, but gives a hot ball. Mosqueda now. He's got Burkhoff to his right. Again, he's just taking himself to that corner and really cornering himself. Tough fall on the ground there. There was no contact, but took a tough tumble. Head whipped back a little bit. I'm going to say throw in Tigers. Cornejo to take this one. He's all over the place second half. Dolce with a miserable flick. Held her up. Sends it a million miles an hour at his own teammate. Mosqueda taking himself to the corner again. This one over the touch line. Goal kick Raiders. That sun is getting worse and worse. McFadden touch back to Chicho, looking over the top, leaving a little short. McFadden coming in, doesn't play the ball. Ref had the whistle at his mouth, but he'll say advantage. Advantage Tigers. Hannah looking for Mosqueda. Let's see if he takes one towards the goal. Okay, sends a good ball in. Thomas is there, not a problem. The Raiders look to attack again. McFadden tries the glory through ball to Kumla. Oh, that's a tough one. Looks like a push from the ref's angle, but from here, just looks like Berkey lost his footing. So Berkey plays it long. Looking for the head of Dolce or Burkhoff. Neither are able to get to it. And now we'll play kickball again. Kumla with some space at midfield. Another hospital ball. Good tackle by Thomas. So Burkhoff with the through ball to Mosqueda, who has some space. Now Von Saldern on him. Again, he sends it wide left. Really, he had a good first half. Just tough going the second half on that corner. Clock's going to stop again. This time for Wagner's, who's down, who took that tough tackle from Thomas. It was clean, but doesn't mean it didn't hurt. He's up now, hobbling back. So big sub in here for the Raiders. Sanchez on, Mary on, Vandemelde, and Garcia back on. Looks like Helderop, Kumla, and Bakam all off. Sub at the line for the Tigers, but he was unable to get in on that one. Burkhoff now working that corner. Thomas opts to just play it over the line. give the Tigers a corner. They've had a lot today, but have been unsuccessful on all of them. So here comes a sub in for the Tigers. Cunningham back in the game. He made an appearance late in the first half. He'll be on for Mosqueda, who's had a tough go in the second half. Looks gassed. So Hannah, the corner again. It's in. It's up. Cleared away by McFadden. Langert with some space now. Good tackle there by Burkhoff. So Dolce looking for Cunningham. Little miscommunication. Espas will clear it out. Van Saldern on Cunningham. Van Saldern just shoves him out of the way to give a goal kick to the Raiders. No call, though. We'll take it. Sub in for the Tigers. Freshman defender Josiah Trimble in for Wagner, who's down for the count here on the sideline. Spas with the goal kick. Trimble's hands all over the backs of the Raiders, but no call. Garcia now. Huh? That's a dive. But called on Garcia. So Mary back to Thomas, who will go all the way back to Espas. Langert looking for Garcia. Oh, who takes a nice ball to find McFadden. Kelly with a bad touch, but redeems himself. Arbo now finds Vandeveld, who had an open goal for a second, but he didn't turn fast enough. Now Arbo has a chance to rip one or pass one. I'm not sure which he wanted, but didn't turn out. So short one to Berkey. Taken away by Garcia, who has Vandeveld, who has a ton of room in front of him. He's got McFadden far post. He'll swing it across to Arbo. To McFadden, who takes a shot. Great save by Rosie, but you got to think that McFadden needs to be finishing that one. Looked to stumble over the ball for a second, and that second is all that Rosie needed to get back across the box. So a promising chance wasted there by the Raiders. Well, that's not just on McFadden either. Arbo had it, took a swing and a miss. Not sure if it was intentional, but either way. 2 up to the plate, 2 down. Yeah, I mean, just playing too much with his arms there. So direct free kick for the Tigers. Gives himself an extra 5 yards. Yeah, and the ref says back it up. So Burkhoff on top of this one. 3-man wall for Espas. Burkhoff takes a shot, headed out by Arbo. Vandeveld with a poor touch, but plenty of Raiders there. So Cornejo looking for a little flickarooski. Good D by Thomas to clear it out. It's Cornejo and Venice on that one. Unable to make anything of it. Ref says play on. So Vandenbeld makes his way through a couple. He's got a wide open goal if he looks up and takes a long shot. Makes 1, 2, 3 miss, but has it taken away. Chicho steps up to head it in. Hannah looking for Cunningham. There's a call. That one in favor of the Raiders. So at halftime of the Hastings-Midland game, Midland ties it back up, so 1-1 in that GPAC game. So something going on here. I can't tell from here who's down. I'm going to assume Langert. He's the only one I can't see right now. Nope, there he's Langert. So we got a little clock stoppage here as the trainers and Coach Sweer head out. I didn't even really see what happened. Just heard some guys screaming. So it's Arbo who was down, but he's up and walking by himself. He's either holding his chest or he's holding his arm up. So clock back up to 13:05, the ref says. Yeah, looks like Arbo's just massaging. Might have got an elbow or a knee or foot to the abdomen area. So after all said and done, free kick here on the near side for the Raiders. We'll play it short. Back to Thomas. Not a lot of options. Hannah almost trips on the ball. Berkey now wants to look long, doesn't have any options. Trimble will go back to by Rosie. So taken away by Garcia, working on Trimble. Yep, little call there. They'll play it quick. Oh, Vanderbilt almost had McFadden streaming in through the inside. Well, doesn't matter, he's offsides. So the Tigers will work it back up. They've got 12 minutes to try and knock 2 in here and tie this game up. If they don't want another loss on their record for the season, Raiders will look to just hold on. Maybe counter here and there, but no reason to try and build full attacks. This is absolutely fine, what they're doing. Just wasting time. Berkey looking wide there for Venice, who wins it back. Now Burkoff with it. 2 defenders on him. Thomas gets a touch. Mary powers through. He finds McFadden. Takes a poor touch to Sanchez. I mean, at some point, Sanchez has got to learn. He's got his arms on the Tigers all night long and just call after call. Just play with your feet, boy. So Hannah with another set piece. This one direct, but probably won't try and do anything crazy. Another far post lob. This one farther out. Oh, looking for the double little header. But Espas reads it and has no issues. So he'll take his time. Looks for the bomb for Vandenbeld, who's wide open and offsides. Unable to maintain possession, but the Raiders have a slew of numbers up there. McFadden. Mary now to Chicho, who just gets chipped. It's a foul. It's going to take some more time off the clock. Just over 10 left. The Raiders play it quick. A rip from Garcia to send the ball out of play. That'll be a goal kick, Tigers. 2 subs on the line, 1 for each team here. So Mosqueda back in the game for the Tigers. He'll sub in here for Venice on the near side. And Francisco Quiroga on for McFadden for the Raiders. So the Tigers will play it slowly out the back. We'll mention one more time that Raider fans, you can help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletic Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 545 student athletes here at Northwestern. You can go to nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. That's nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join the team behind the teams. Desperation mode here for the Tigers. Maybe the Raiders can catch him off guard. Here's a chance. Vandenbeld with a one-on-one. You'd think he has to finish this. Takes one touch. What are we doing? It's a good save by Rosie, but really just a bad play by Vandenbeld. You think take the early shot, chip him, take a better touch around him, find Helderop who's far post. Something other than give it right to Rosie. Langer gets chipped. So Cunningham now working on him in the corner. Yeah, no problem for Langer to Quiroga. Hendricks now. Burkoff. There's a foul somewhere. Advantage was created. So free kick for the Tigers. Burkoff wants to play it quick, but the ref says you got to move the ball. You'd think looking for a loft or far post, get some sort of head. Just a couple heads, but eventually off the head of Trimble. Over the touchline once again for an Espas goal kick. Can Garcia get there? No, Berkey gets there first. Good little touch from Berkey. Looks long. for Mosqueda, but he's unable to get a touch to it. So 6.5 left to go here in this G-Pack play. Thomas just sends it up and out. Throw in Trimble to Mosqueda. He takes a nice touch over the defender, sends one in. Ball's dribbling around. Whoa, coach. So shot there from Cornejo. Falls out of it and just soars it. So Helder up, working on Cornejo there. Takes a nice couple touches. Finds Quiroga, who's looking long for Garcia. Poor touch by Berkey. Gives Garcia the ball. Sends it back into Helder up. Helder up with a shot. Far post just wide. Goal kick for the Tigers. You think either take another touch or find Vandenbeld, but he wanted the early shot. Kept it low. So Von Saldern gets called. He's a madman out there. He just works all game long. Sprint here, sprint there. Always hustling. Foul like that's smart. Make him stop play, waste a couple more seconds. Don't get a yellow card. Don't hurt anyone, but. Von Saldern again. Garcia now looks long over the top for Vandenbeld. All he'll do is just try and contain him. And he wins a throw-in for the Raiders. Raiders will be in no rush here. Might take a while to decide who's throwing it in. So Mary finds Garcia, who takes a couple extra touches, feeds one in low. It's knocked around. Cleared out by Hannah. Throw in again to the Raiders. Vandenbeld taken down from behind, but great tackle there by Chicho to shut that attack down. Nasty little touch by Dolce to find Mosqueda, but oh, Cunningham not there in time. So good D by Sanchez. Takes the ball away. Held her up. Questionable touch. So Trimble working on Garcia, gets kind of a lucky bounce there. Good work by Thomas to keep it in front of him. Hendricks now. Quiroga working, got Vandenbeld. Vandenbeld finds Quiroga. AR, yep, flag goes up, that's off. Tigers still hustling, 3 to go. Still down 2. Berkey with the long ball over the top, throwing up a prayer, no problem for Espas. You can catch our Red Raider women's soccer if you stay here after this game. Kickoff should be about 7:15. They'll take on the women from Dakota Wesleyan. As you can see them make their way in to the complex, and they'll work their way around the field. Here with 2 minutes to go in this men's match. Good header there by Thomas. Mary's got time. Drops it to Helderop, who looks wide. Oh, great ball to Quiroga, who just forgets the ball. He goes down. Kind of a soft call, but we'll take it. So free kick for the Raiders. They'll play it short. Mary now to Garcia, who takes a nice touch. Feeds it to Quiroga. Trying to find Garcia again, but by Rosie's going to say, that's mine. So he'll boot it up. Langer calls him off. A lot of Raiders in the area. One minute left as the Raiders win another free kick. So Vandenbeld will look to just hold this here for the last 30 seconds as long as he can. Tigers trying to do something with it, playing around. Eventually it'll go out, throwing for the Tigers. So Trimble with this one. Good tackle there from Vandenbeld, and that's going to do it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Win here tonight for your Northwestern Red Raiders. That'll move them to 8-3-1 on the season, 4-1-1 in GPAC play. The Tigers get knocked to 0-4-1 in GPAC play. Still looking for their first win. 2 goals, both in the first half here for the Raiders. First one by Vandenbeld, second one coming from Mary with the rifle to the bottom left corner. Stick around here after this for our Red Raider women as they take on Dakota Wesleyan. Thanks for tuning in.